guys, ya sabes que Carlos irtate to another episode of Dimitra's Dishes. Today it's Meatless Monday and I'm going to be teaching you how to make my spinach and feta tortellini. I'm taking a shortcut by buying store-bought tortellini that just needs to be boiled for 2 minutes. I like to buy mine from Costco. This is not sponsored, by the way. And it's the 5-cheese tortellini. It's delicious and so simple to put together. I'm using the sauce that I use to make my spinach and feta salmon. That sauce is so good and I thought it'd be perfect for this. It worked out beautifully and I made it the other day, shared it on Instagram and got so many messages where you guys wanted me to do a video tutorial, and so I'm bringing it to you. This is perfect for a busy weeknight because it comes together in like 20 minutes. Let's get started. So it starts off with a small onion that I'm going to finely slice. So go ahead and add the onion to a skillet. You're going to want to use a really big skillet because once the sauce is ready, the tortellini is going to go straight in there with about 4 tablespoons or a 1/4 cup of olive oil. Now we're going to cook this until the onions are nice and soft and golden. I am going to season them with just a little bit of salt. That's going to help draw the moisture out of them and help them cook faster. It's going to take about 8 minutes or so. In the meantime, I'm just going to roughly chop some baby spinach. You can use 8 to 10 ounces of baby spinach or regular spinach if that's what you have. It just needs to be roughly chopped. So next, once the onions are nice and golden, you're going to want to grate 3 or 4 garlic cloves. I get a big, huge batch of garlic and then I puree it and keep it in the freezer just because it's easier to use and it just ensures that it won't end up going bad. So I'm just going to throw a teaspoon of pureed garlic in there, or grated garlic. And the pan is really hot, so you're just going to warm it through a few seconds. Garlic burns super quickly. You don't want it to burn. Then immediately add all of the spinach to the pan. And you just at this point, you just want it to wilt down. You're not worried about cooking off the liquid that it's going to release. You want that liquid in the pan because you want the sauce to be plentiful, because once you put the pasta in here afterwards, it's going to absorb a lot of it and you don't want it to be dry. So all the liquid that you get from the spinach, you want it to still be there. Just cook it until it wilts down. That's going to take about 3 minutes or so. So that's what the spinach should look like. Now I'm just going to season it with a little bit of salt and a little bit of black pepper. That is ready. Next, we're going to add the creamy component. So I'm going to add a cup of heavy whipping cream. If you want it lighter, you can go with half and half. And I have feta cheese. I'm just going to crumble the feta cheese in here. Now, olives would be really good in this as well. And also the jarred red peppers, the roasted red peppers that are in a jar, if you chop them up or dice them up, they would be really nice in here. It add a pop of color and lots of flavor. Now I'm going to add just a pinch of crushed red pepper flakes. You can leave them out if you don't like the heat. So once this warms through, the sauce is ready. I'm just going to give it a taste to see if it needs more seasoning. Perfect. Doesn't need anything else. I have a pot of salted water that's boiling in the back. I'm just going to pop this tortellini in there for exactly 2 minutes. That's what the package says. Follow your package's instructions and cook it accordingly. Then once the pasta boils for 2 minutes, I'm just going to lift it out and let the pasta water drip in here too, and just put it in this sauce and just warm it through and it's going to be ready. So we're just going to toss the pasta in this luxurious creamy sauce. And it's going to absorb a lot of the sauce. So if it absorbs it too fast, you can add more pasta water to it. You can also add a little splash of milk if you don't want to make it too rich with the heavy cream. I would not add more heavy cream than this, otherwise it's going to be too much, too heavy. So milk or pasta water is what I do, but you can definitely do whatever you want to do. Let's give this a taste and see, now that we've added the pasta to it, if it needs a little more seasoning. Oh my God, that tastes so good. I am going to add a little bit more of the water. And that's it. It's ready. It's looking like it's a little bit thin, but after 5 minutes, this is going to thicken up even more because the pasta does like to absorb liquid. You can definitely make this a little bit more rich by adding some grated Parmesan on top of it. If you want it stringier and cheesier, you can do some shredded mozzarella. Put this on the table and you can just serve it as is. It is absolutely delicious. Tastes even better with some pan-seared salmon or some roasted chicken. Let me know how you guys are going to serve it in the comments. It is time to take a bite. So I just want to make sure I'm going to get a little bit of spinach, a little bit of the sauce, and tortellini. The tortellini is perfectly cooked. The package said 2 minutes. I didn't do more than 2 minutes when it came to boiling. That sauce is rich, creamy. The spinach just adds another level of goodness to it. The feta, of course, adds that little tangy bite to it. So good. You guys are going to love this one. The recipe with the exact measurements is on the website, as well as underneath in the description box. On the website, it's on dimitrasdishes.com, of course. Thank you guys so much for spending time with me today. If you want to learn how to make the spinach in this sauce, then you're going to want to click on this card over here, and I'll see you right over there. Yes,